Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name's Ashley. I'm a full-time reseller. Me and my little buddy Jasper have a thrift haul to show you guys. I'm going to show you everything I found in my last video, which was a thrift with me at my little favorite honey hole in the wall thrift store. I have this entire bag, which is stuffed full, and I paid $35 for this entire bag, and I only paid an average of 62 cents per piece. Maybe it was 68 or 63. Don't remember. 60 something cents. And this first piece that I'm going to show you actually sold already. Definitely could have gotten a little more for it, but it's this vintage denim cowboy hat. This is just everything in such good shape. The next handful of goodies are for my new booth that I just got into. And update you guys, actually today's Monday and this past weekend was the first weekend in my booth and I sold one thing. That's it. It was not even a clothing item. It was a home decor piece for $30, but I'm just like, I wanted to do a little bit better my first weekend, especially because they were having a store-wide sale. I unfortunately did not put anything on sale in my booth because I literally just moved in a day before their weekend sale. I kind of regret that. Maybe I should have put stuff on sale because pretty much everyone else had stuff on sale. But it is what it is. It's my first weekend. I know as we move into Q4, things will get busier, so I will keep you guys updated. But anyway, I'm going to add these few things to my booth. This little pink mini skirt. I feel like mini skirts especially are so on trend. This is a vintage Y2K Old Navy skirt. This is actually another Old Navy skirt, Y2K denim mini skirt. The denim mini skirts especially are doing super well right now. Here's another denim mini skirt. This is by Covington, also vintage. Here's another denim skirt. This is pink. I love how it's kind of like cargo-esque. And I'm not sure who this is by, maybe Gap, or I was thinking Tommy Hilfiger only because of this right here. That was giving Tommy, in my opinion. This little sports bra I'm going to add. I don't even know. Who was this by? Oh yeah, Yogalicious, which I have personally kept things by this brand. This feels so nice. If it was my size, I honestly would have kept this. And then I have a matching one, same size small, little beige one. It's kind of like this waffle knit. I'm like, dang, I really wish that was my size because yeah, I would have kept it. Here's a little mini skirt athletic skirt. I don't have any athletic like loungewear in my booth right now, so I'm going to add this stuff. This is a Zaya Active. I used to be able to sell this online. It no longer really sells online, but I'm going to add it to my booth. This is also a small. So I'm thinking the same person donated all the activewear. This is just my altered state, but I love this style. So cute. Waffle knit. That is also for my booth. And the rest of the items I'm going to be listing online. This is a vintage pair of cargo, like carpenter, not really cargo, carpenter jeans. Pull on women's. They also have a drawstring there. I'm going to try to not hit you, Jasp. He's directly right here. Super baggy, on trend. Now, at this thrift store yesterday, first of all, I completely blanked out that this thrift store existed for some reason. It's in the town that I recently moved to, and I haven't been back since I moved to this town. Like, I went there a handful of times in the past and always found stuff for super, super, super cheap. And moved to this town and I've never been back, like I said. Well, I stopped there the other day because Dallas and I were out yard sailing and we happened to just go to a yard sale basically right next to this thrift store. And I was like, oh my gosh, I forgot about this place. Let me go inside. And they were having a sale where clothing with a red slash in the tag was 25 cents or 5 for $1. So 20 cents. I got so many things, so many Y2K things. I swear somebody donated their entire wardrobe from the 2000s, their entire tops at least. So cute, all the same size. So that is the majority of what this haul is. I'm not even gonna lie. But I also got some other things that are gonna do really well. This is a Y2K little polka dot ruffle top. I feel like this will be a perfect office siren top. I don't know if that's still really on trend, but here's another little basic, perfect little Y2K piece with the lace trim there. Most of these are size small. So I really think that whoever donated those mini skirts, which are a size small, donated that. I'm not sure. A ton of these baby doll tops which I'm probably only going to be able to get, you know, $20 to $25, but that's totally fine. I'll be able to use a lot of the same keywords for each of these tops, which will be baby doll, Y2K, fairy. I mean, like this one, I probably won't put fairy. This one I'll put preppy because of the plaid, holiday. This one is total coquette in my opinion, sort of baby doll vibes still. Ruffle front. This is by Allison Taylor, which is a decent brand. This is definitely vintage. I just love the vibe of that. Kind of Edwardian as well. This is a silk top, Y2K, kind of baby doll vibe again. Apartment 9, but it is 100% silk. And I have recently sold some Apartment 9 Y2K tops. I'm telling you guys, it does not matter what the brand is. And a lot of times I won't even put the brand in the title because it doesn't matter. So why waste the characters on the brand that doesn't even matter? Here's another Apartment 9 little baby doll top, belted, like tie back. A lot of them are the tie back, which I absolutely love. Now I have a question for you guys. Somebody commented on the reel that I made or the YouTube short that I made. I think it was on Instagram they commented because I showed all the baby doll Y2K tops in the reel. All of these pieces are something that my librarian would wear or the receptionist at my church or something like that. I can't remember. And I'm like, are you insinuating that these are like old lady tops? Because I would have to disagree. Here's another one, total Y2K. This one has an attached belt, and I didn't really even notice that until I got home. But again, baby doll. This one has a lace trimmed attached. So Y2K going out, Jersey Shore-esque in my opinion. Here's a random t-shirt that I found. Vintage, it says Mardi Gras with the little frogs on it. I believe this one is going to be a market piece. This one is a kids NASCAR piece. Jeff Gordon. I don't think it has a year on it. There is somewhere to it though. I might end up taking this to market. I feel like a girl, like a small girl, small woman could fit this, and this would be like a baby doll top. Or not a baby doll top, but like a baby tee. This is a vintage Halloween costume, little baby. Oh my gosh. Perfect time to list this because we're going into fall Halloween time. Those pieces are selling like hotcakes right now. This is just a cute little vintage button-up top. Getting back into more of the Y2K pieces. Here's another one. These baby doll style necklines are just so in, and I'm so drawn to them. This is a vintage skirt. I found a decent amount of vintage skirts as well that are more spring and summer, but I feel like this, especially with the brown, will do good in the fall time. This is a great fall jacket. Vintage, kind of cropped, military style in my opinion. That's what the tag looks like. This is just a rustling tee. I just threw it in. There was absolutely no service in this thrift store. Literally said no service as I tried to Google it, but it is a girl wrestler. I don't even remember who. Again, I think I'm just going to throw that in at market because I'm not going to be able to get a lot online. When I got home, I did do a comp and realized, yeah, that's not going to sell for a lot. But again, I only paid like 60 something cents for all of these items. This is a vintage little Y2K Oshkosh Bagosh pair of overalls, and these are the vest back, which the vest back, always say it on the back, vest back. That always gives it more value. This is what the tag looks like. And I recently came across a post on Instagram, which I feel like I see this post every so often, but I actually saved it this time and I shared it on my story, but it went over vintage Oshkosh tags going in order up to present day. So that's what that looks like. This is from the 2000s. I thought it was funny how it says 36 months. Like, what other brand do you see 36 months? No, that would be like a 3T, 36 months, 3 years old. That was just kind of funny to me. Another little Y2K blouse, baby doll. This is such a great Y2K brand that can sew well. This is not Y2K, but this is a plus size Ralph Lauren funky bright pattern, which I love. And the plus size Ralph Lauren can do really, really well for me. This next piece, I really thought was Shein until I looked at it, and I was thanking the thrift gods that it was vintage. Look at these shorts. When I saw these, I'm like, okay, this could go one of two ways. These could be vintage or they could just be a Shein look-alike vintage pair of shorts. Look at that pattern. I wish I would have found these sooner. I'm gonna list these probably first today. I'm gonna try to photograph some of these items today. I might not be able to, but I'm gonna list these first because it's still warm out. People can still get a wear or two out of these. These are size small. That's what the tag looks like. I am in love. I absolutely love that. Here's another baby doll top. This is by Rampage, which is a great Y2K brand. Sheer, again, tie back. So many of these are tie back. I love it. Here's another little Y2K baby doll top, tie back, candies, Y2K candies, which is everything. This is probably one of my least favorite patterns. Maybe should have left this one behind, but somebody will like that. I love this top. Look at the structure of that. If this was like a size large, I would so keep it. But again, a size small. Pretty much all of these are size small. Here's another little Y2K. I'm telling you, somebody cleaned out their Y2K closet. I don't know why. Maybe they're sick of it. Here's another polka dot. This is giving the same exact vibes as the very first one I showed you. Same exact vibes, just different material, different brand. That is hilarious. Somebody definitely had a style. And then we have another polka dot piece that we'll get to later, but another baby doll top like this. I feel like the tie back adds value. This one is one of my favorites. Even though I hate the color red, I just love the structure of this one with the tie straps, tie sleeves, V-neck. Not really a huge fan of the pattern, but that is so Y2K going out-esque. Here's a little polka dot halter top. So adorable. Some of these would have been better in the summertime, although I feel like the green ones like this will do really good in the fall time. Love the braided trim there. Here's another candies one, exact same structure and everything as the last one. This one's just patterned. Okay, and I think we're pretty much done with the Y2K things. That is just wild. I literally found those back to back to back to back to back. Go check out my reel, my YouTube short if you haven't. You will see I literally was just scrolling through the rack and just kept finding them. It was glorious. Here's a little vintage Secret Treasures 3X, which I'm so happy about. Emerald green slip. So adorable. I love this color. I feel like that's going to do well. This I think I'm going to try on. I have a similar thing listed right now, but I really, really enjoy this skirt, especially the bottom. Look how cute that is. I love the color. I love the floral. This is by Emma James. And I believe this would definitely fit me. Stretchy. I'm going to try that on. Here's another one that's just so cute. I love the brown. This is a size 12. Has butterflies on it. Tiered. So cute. This jacket I thought was so adorable. I don't know. Something about it. The 2-button detail on each closure, the neckline, the collar, just the structure of it is just so cute. Somebody could definitely pull that off. Then I found 2 Barbie bedding items, the same exact thing that I had when I was a child, which brought back flashbacks. Unfortunately, it was just a flat sheet, but look at this. I had this same exact thing for the longest time. And then this fuzzy fleece blanket. I'm in awe. I'm probably going to sell these maybe separate. I'm going to have to do comps. I did not do comps on that yet. So we will see. This is a piece that's going to be going to my booth. I thought this was so cute. Somebody definitely like cross stitched that on top of a fly swatter. So cute. And the booth that I'm in now is totally in the country, giving country vibes. So this duck that's like hunting totally goes along with the theme. Here is a vintage Penn State flag. I sell Penn State things so well. This is so cute. This is one of my favorite pieces that I found. And this was marked for $6. I originally thought it was marked for $9 because it has a 9 there, but I think that's a code of when they put it out on the sales floor. But over here it says 6. And like I said, I paid on average only 60 something cents. So Really, I paid 60 something cents for this jacket, and I have sold the same exact jacket. This has a quilt lining, which I think is going to do better, but I've sold the same exact style jacket for $40 to $50. This, I'm going to list online. I could totally take it to market, but I'm going to list it online, and I really think it's going to sell before I even get to my next market. And last but certainly not least, actually, no, there's a couple things after this. I totally forgot, but a NASCAR blanket. All the linens were half off as well. So literally the Barbie sheet was listed at $1. This, I'm pretty sure, was listed at $1. And I'm just like, oh my gosh. They have this marked as a dog blanket. And I'm like, how dare you? Maybe it is stained. I actually didn't look at it, so we will have to see. But then this says twin flat sheet, $1. They were both marked at $1, so I paid 50 cents for each of those. But this NASCAR blanket, number 28, I'm going to have to look up who that is. I could not read this in the thrift store. I don't really know much about NASCAR, to be honest with you, but I know NASCAR bases can do well. Pieces and blankets like this can do really well as well. And then a couple more random things. They have like random jewelry and stuff, and I think I'm going to put these in my booth. Well, I think this, I'm going to take all the shell beads off of that and make my own jewelry out of it. This is a vintage bracelet. It literally says made in Hong Kong on there still. And look at this. Little elephants. That is actually so funky, and I absolutely love that. So they usually have things in pairs, and it was 2 things, I believe, for $1 or $1.55. Is that what that says? Not sure. And then the second pair that I got were 2 turtle things, which were so cute. This little turtle bracelet, and then this other little turtle bracelet that somebody made or bought or made at some point. And I think I'm going to be putting those 2 as well as this bracelet in my booth. And we'll see how that goes, but definitely fits the vibe of the neutral stuff. But that is the end of this haul, you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out. I'm exhausted. I'm not even going to lie. It is Monday. It is like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, which means it's almost time for me to be done for the workday. And I actually accomplished quite a bit today. So I'm very happy with myself. And I think I'm going to go just relax for a little bit until Paisley gets off the bus in about an hour. So with that being said, thank you guys for hanging out with me. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you in my next one.